there, it's Ross here from Football DNA, and today we're going to be discussing ways in which you can stop your front players from bunching in training sessions. I've split the session into three different areas, which is restrict, relate, and reward. Restrict works in how you're going to restrict players' movement or actions in this training session. So for example, here on this pitch, I've split the pitch into thirds, both horizontally and vertically, but also have a halfway line. So it may be that you restrict players to playing in each of the thirds. It may be that you restrict the defending team to only being able to defend the ball in the middle third, or you restrict players by keeping them in wide areas. These restrictions are there to support players in understanding how that space may help them in games. So for example, it may be that you speak to your centre forwards to say that they can only play in the middle third and final third because you want to stay as high up the pitch as possible. Likewise, it may be you restrict your team when the goalkeeper's got the ball. Your defenders are only allowed to play in the wide channels, again, which is going to help them to disperse and create space for your team to play out from the back. Relate may be how you're going to work with your players to give them a challenge which is going to link to what you want them to do. So for example, a challenge may be to your centre midfielder on, can you find a way to play forwards? So when the ball comes in, they're able to then think of ways in which they're going to solve the problem to help them to play forwards. So that may be from their movement and how they move away from their player. Likewise, it may be also once another player's got the ball, how they're going to position themselves to try and do that too. Another example of how you may relate a challenge may be that with a goalkeeper, it may be that can you look to try and play into the forward players? So again, by them recognising when they're going to play into the forward players, their first thought is, can I hit the centre forwards? And if I can't, then I may look to play further back. So simply by having a challenge there of can you recognise when to play into the forwards, it's starting to help them think about how they're going to start playing into that space, but also how it links to other players and where they may need to move to. The last thing to think about is the reward that you can provide the players to help them from stop bunching. So a great way of doing that is rewarding them for finding space. So for example, it may be if your team's got possession and the team is able to play across all three channels, horizontally that is, and it leads onto a goal, it's worth double goals. So what you're doing is you're rewarding the team for finding that space. Likewise, a reward may be for your team is that if the team has the ball and we manage to score and all of our players are in the attacking half, again, that's going to be worth double goals. So it's encouraging the team to start high up and be brave with their defending too as well. Another way of challenging your attackers is also rewarding the defenders as well. So for example, here it may be if your team, the defending team wins the ball back in the middle third, it's worth double, which is going to encourage the attackers to find space wide and high. So when they're building from the back, they're avoiding those central areas until it's the right time to play through for them to go through and score a goal as well.